Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Wednesday, the 18th of February. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at chartingthemarkets.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. All right, yesterday was traditionally a bullish day, and that delivered, obviously. So the rest of the week, we've got a neutral day today, which is very neutral, and we've got bearish leading days both tomorrow and Friday. Friday being February OPEX, of course. Next week we've got a bearish day on Monday, bullish day on Wednesday, and bearish, very bearish day on Friday. Just looking at the first day of March as well, that is also that's a bullish day, and with a bearish day the day after. So we've got a bit of a bearish window coming up here, and I'm wondering whether or not that is going to deliver to the downside. We will see. I was talking about the buy signals that hadn't made target yesterday, and we had three of those. We had a weak 6-minute buy signal on ES that made target, has made the possible near miss target, on NQ that's also made the possible near miss target, and on YM, which has also made the possible near miss target. On ES, we've got a double bottom here, but this may of course be in effect a flag, because all of the time these of course break up and then fell straight back into the lows. And looking at the others here, I'm thinking there's a higher chance than usual that is the case here. So we will see how that goes, but for the moment we've got a double bottom which has broken up with a target in the 69.87 to 7,005 range, which should be a pretty good match with a possible triangle forming here, actually. So I'm watching that with interest. In Q, we had a possible double bottom set up there too. That one hasn't broken up. On RTY, this could again be a triangle forming. So watching that with interest. Again, buy signals made out to the possible near miss target. Short term on YM, this isn't going to be a triangle, because obviously this made a high a lot more recently. This looks like a little bear flag forming, which is leaning towards the downside. DAX, retesting a prior high here, not that far away from a retest of the highs. And ESTX, we've got again pretty close to the highs. Looking at Nikkei, I was wondering yesterday about a possible head and shoulders that might form here, and this is still looking like a possible head and shoulders which is forming here. Finding resistance at the weekly pivot so far. Ideally, if this is a head and shoulders, go a little higher and then go down with a target in about the 53,500 area. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. And all right, looking at the daily middle bands, on ES, we haven't got close to the daily middle band because obviously we were at the daily lower bound and it wasn't that strong a day. But wondering whether we might make it. In terms of the RSI 5 buy signal, we've still got it, and that hasn't made the possible near miss target yet. On the RSI 14 buy signal, again, we haven't made target on that yet. So there, the buy signals pretty much played out on the futures charts, but we're still looking at those really on the SPX chart. So we shall see. All right, looking at Qs, nowhere near the daily middle band, and really we could still be on a daily lower band, right? Because obviously it touched it yesterday. Hourly chart, we've got an RSI 14 buy signal that hasn't made target either, and the RSI 14 buy signal actually failed into, so we got no current diversions. On the 15-minute. Looking at Dia is still holding the daily middle band, but I'm still wondering about this this test of this trend line here. I've got that currently at about the 490.5 to 491 area. Looking at the hourly chart, the RSI 5 buy signal is fixed but not made target yet. RSI 14 buy signal hasn't made target yet either. So all of these are still out there. We've got a neutral day today. May well be seeing a bit more upside. These do tend to make target, not always, but actually of the ones I've got marked in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they all made target. So generally speaking, I would expect that to be the case. We will see. All right, let's have a look at the others. Let's have a look at. Oh, sorry. Wait a second. That's not the one. That's the one. Okay, looking at IWM, we're testing the daily middle band from below. This is IWM's been pretty weak, but obviously is rallying a little more strongly than the others at the moment. We didn't have any positive divergence or signals on the hourly or 15-minute charts. I am very much wondering about a possible triangle forming here, in which case, sooner or later, that would deliver a retest for high here at 271.6. We'll see how that goes. Nothing on the 15-minute either. Looking at DAX. DAX has been fighting hard basically for a week to hold on to the daily middle band and continued to hold on to it yesterday. Still wondering about a possible retest of the high. Nikkei pulling a little bit off the highs here, not an awful lot, may well be a bull flag forming. But we do have that little level top on the N225, so we'll see. All right, looking at DX. DX, we had buy signal here, which made target. I'm wondering about a possible triangle forming here, but we will see. If that's the case, then we'd probably turn down a bit now. Or possibly make a lower low here for a second wave and then go up. So we'll see. USD just trading sideways as well. GBP USD, we went down and retested this low. We've got a nice looking little level bottom, which I'm watching, and we're still on a 60-minute bicycle. On USD JPY, this looks like a bear flag forming. USD CAD could be a larger flag forming or a triangle. If this isn't a standard A, B, C, then I'd expect to see a higher high here. Australian dollar, potential level top here. NZUSD looks like it should see a retest this high here, but this again could be a flag in the other direction. So we're not seeing a lot of indicators suggesting where we're going really on the dollar or associated currency pairs. Okay, ZB, we're pulling back a little here. We could be forming a little head and shoulders here, and 60-minute sell signal has reached the possible near miss target. I haven't drawn in the possible neckline here, but it's a pretty flat neckline. And if this were to break down, that could give us a test of the weekly pivot here at 116.27. Looking at ZN. ZN, we got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, leaning towards seeing some more downside. Tiny little level top here, but it's really too small to be paying much attention to. I'm more interested in the sell signal and whether that plays out. CL, I've been talking about a possible bullish consolidation here. This is looking like a triangle. I've drawn that in. The next obvious target within the triangle. This would be a bullish triangle. Ultimately, it should lead to a retest this high here in the 66.5 area. And the next obvious target within the triangle would be 65.5 area at this trend line. And then if it forms, it'd be A, B, C, D. We'd see a partial wavy, maybe getting back into the 63.75 area or something, and then we would see the retest high here at 67.5. We've got a less nice triangle on HO, but nonetheless looks like a bullish consolidation, but it doesn't look like a particularly classical triangle forming at the moment. RBOB, no sign of topping action here, and we've actually got a really nice looking rising wedge here with a perfect 3-touch support trend line here. So this is a rising wedge. Obvious next target would be wedge resistance currently at about the 2.04 area. Looking at NG, possible double bottom action here, not showing much sign of that actually happening, no current positive divergence. And on the bigger picture, I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of this low here at 2.575. Looking at GC, GC looks like a bearish consolidation happening. 60-minute buy signal is getting close to the possible near miss target. SI, no current signal, looks like a bearish consolidation as well. Palladium looks like a bearish consolidation as well. All of these would ultimately be delivering retests of these lows. On platinum, also looks like a bearish consolidation, and HG could be. This is less certain. I'm thinking we're probably main thing I'm thinking here is we're probably going to need a retest of this low here in about the just under 5.6. 60-minute buy signal is fixed. That's now reaching possible near miss target. Looking at KC. KC is trickling down. Possible double bottom set up here at the moment. May just fall down through that. No current divergence. SB. This has been trickling down towards the target area, which I've got at 9. That's still a long way below, but this has been trickling down towards it for a while. CC is trickling down further, not a surprise. CT, this is now back into a more traditional trading range, so and actually is down almost 3/4 from the highs. So I'm wondering if we might start forming some sort of a low soon. CT may well go lower. Looks like a bear flag that's broken down. Lumber. Lumber has been trading sideways for quite a while. That's weakening the double bottom that broke up with a target in the 643.25 to 646.50 area. Bigger picture, this is likely in a significant bear trend. So this may just resume the path to the downside. CW, no current divergence, keeping an open mind. Corn looks like a bear flag forming. Soy, possible little on top here. 60-minute sell signal has already reached the possible near miss target though, so watching to see what happens here. If this breaks down, that can give us a move down into the 1100 area. On ZL, this is just continuing higher at the moment. Weak 6-minute sell signal fixed, and that's on the verge of failing. Live cattle, possible topping action here, but nothing particularly clear at the moment. HE, this broke down from the channel, oddly after a slight bearish overthrow, which you don't usually see on channels. But this is retraced almost 50%, and we got a weak 6-minute buy signal fixed, and I'm wondering about a rally, possibly another retest of the low to give us a full-size sell signal. And set up a larger rally. All right, great. Let's have a quick look at questions. Can I review gold and silver again? Sure. These look like, well, on the bigger picture, we've got weekly and daily sell signals, which are pretty nice. Now we had an amazing trend, and we went through quite a lot of sell signals while we were doing that, and it's possible we might do the same here. But I am thinking we may well see some consolidation, in which case we'd be likely going lower than the lows we managed here, into 4,500 and below. Short term, this looks like a sideways consolidation, which would generally lean towards at least a retest of this low. That would be, and honestly, we're looking at pretty much the same on SI, and the same on palladium, and the same on platinum, and all of these have weekly and or daily sell signals suggesting they're going to go lower, and the structure is suggesting at least a retest of the lows. I'm thinking that we might be starting a significant consolidation that might last months on all of these, and this may just be the start of that. Do I think the bull market is over? Honestly, no. I think there's I think a lot of the reason for the bull market in precious metals is just a move away from the dollar because it's looking rather insecure, and I don't think the reason for that are going away anytime soon. I think we could go considerably higher in this bull market. So I think I'm hoping to get a decent structure forming here for a triangle or something else that gives us a good buy entry for the next move up. So we'll see how that develops. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.